Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Patty Over 60, and today is another video along the lines of the series I've been doing regarding looking for a new job, interviewing for a new job, and hopefully getting a new job. I have a job search update for you, and we are also going to talk about that very scary first day of work. So don't go away. We're going to talk about it. First of all, I want to tell you that I have been looking for a new job since, maybe the last 2 or 3 months, really. I retired last year, as some of you may or may not know, and between retirement and quarantines and all of the good stuff that went along with the year 2020. This year I found that I really wanted to go back to work. I didn't want to be around the house, and my side gig that I was hoping would supplement my retirement didn't quite do the trick. So I am going back to work. Now, I have been interviewing. I've done a lot of interviews. I've done face-to-face interviews. I have done virtual interviews. I will tell you, just as an update, that I did actually, with all those interviews, receive 4 job offers. The first one was in a pharmacy type situation, not retail pharmacy, that I actually applied for a job with the pharmacy group that I had retired from. And just like an old boyfriend who comes back and asks you for another chance, I should have known better. I applied for the job with this company I used to work for. I got the job. I went to the job for day 1. It was a catastrophe. My gut told me to run, and I did. So just like the old boyfriend wanting another chance, it was a mistake. So I kicked the old boyfriend, just kidding, I'm married, and this job to the curb. I went on, applied for more jobs, and then I got a job. This could have been my dream job. Working as a front desk receptionist at a dog and cat resort boarding place. I wanted this to work out so bad. But this place is so understaffed that 2 weeks in, they still had not had the time to train me on the job I was hired for, which was a front desk receptionist. Instead, I had to basically just jump in there and do what they needed done. So they had this 63-year-old woman running 80-pound golden retrievers and big old chunky bulldogs up and down with the leashes. They were dragging me all over the place. And when I wasn't doing that, I had to mop. I don't mind these things. I really don't. However, I applied for a receptionist job. I never got trained on it. And basically into week 3 of this, my poor fusion lower back and my hip were yelling at me and telling me, girl, this is not going to work. And so, unfortunately, I did have to say goodbye to the puppies and to that job. And I was really upset about that, to be honest with you. But anyway, then I was back to looking for a job. I did receive a job offer as a call center for a car dealership. Okay. But they wanted me to work until close. Technically, close was 9 o'clock. But of course, if there are still customers in the dealership at 9 o'clock, guess what? You stayed until the customers were all gone. And that working till 9 o'clock or later at night was not going to work for me. So I turned down that job as well. Okay. So I had applied for more places, did more interviews. Last week I received a job offer kind of doing something similar to what I've been doing for the last 40 plus years of my life. Really didn't want to do this again. However, this was the only thing that was going to give me the opportunity to get back to work. So on Friday, I received the job offer from them. I've received all the onboarding stuff. I've got all my paperwork signed and everything. And I have my training class scheduled for 2 weeks from this coming Monday. I was hoping to get to work sooner, but it seems to be like it might be a good job for me. So in 2 weeks, I am going to start this new job. And that brings me to what I want to talk about with you today, which is that first day on the job. Now, the first day on the job can be one of the most stressful situations that you will go through. I know me. I have a lot of anxiety. In fact, I actually have been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. Go figure, I've been in treatment for it for many, many years. So a situation like this makes me extremely anxious. I don't like starting at a new place. I don't like it. I wish I could just fast forward to 2 months in the future so that the training and everything is over with, but I cannot. So what I want to do is kind of share some tips, if I can do it without knocking over my drink. This is a LaCroix, and this is peach pear. It's like a bubbly water, like a club soda, you know, these the flavored ones that they have these days. Anyway, it's peach pear, very refreshing, and hopefully I don't knock it over. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you some of the tips that I found doing a little research on how to make the first day a little less stressful, and just some good ideas about what to do on your first day. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I was going to print up a little cheat sheet, but well, the ink is out of my printer, and I haven't gotten around to filling that up again, so it wouldn't print. So I have my cheat sheet in front of me. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm cheating. I didn't memorize all this. Anyway, day one, the very first tip that I found that I really liked, and this is something that, this is so me, is when you're planning your first day, get there early, but go inside on time. Basically what I'm meaning is be sure you leave home early, especially if this is a route you're not familiar with or you don't normally drive. Give yourself more time to get to work. That way, if there's any traffic issues, if you get turned around and take the wrong exit or something, you've got time to get back on the right route and get to work before you're supposed to start. So I always do this. I do this with doctor's appointments, hair appointments. I do this if I'm meeting somebody for lunch. I'm always there early. It's just, I think it's part of my anxiety disorder. I don't know. So the first couple of days, leave early. After a couple of days of driving to your new job, you're going to figure out how long it actually is going to take you to get there, and then you can adjust your schedule. I am leaving a good hour before I'm supposed to start. And if you get there and it's too early to go inside, you can sit in your car, you can listen to some music, you can read something motivational, you can watch one of my videos. Anyway, you can check your email and do whatever you want to do, anything that kind of calms you, have a coffee. And when it is time for your start, like say you were supposed to start at 9 o'clock, I usually head into the building so that I get in that front door 5 minutes before. I'm just one of those people. Being late makes me extremely anxious, and that's just me. But for you, Plan ahead, plan your route, and give yourself extra time to make sure you get there. Then sit in your car and relax, go inside when it is time to go inside. That's one of my absolute favorite tips. Now, they also are saying that you should have what some people call your elevator pitch. And basically, this is like a 30-second little get to know you little speech or kind of like what you do when you're interviewing and someone says, tell me something about yourself. I have found when you get into these training classes and these orientations, they'll go around the room and they'll say, hi, we're going to go down the row and tell me what your name is and a little bit about yourself. Keep it very quick. With this, I like to be a little more personal than I do in the interview. So I will usually say, hi, my name is Patty. I am originally from Tampa, Florida. I've been working in the pharmacy field for 40 plus years. And my favorite football team is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we're going to go for back-to-back Super Bowls. When I say this, you are telling people where you're from, a little bit about what your background is. Yeah, I worked in a pharmacy, and then something kind of personal. You're not interviewing, so you don't need to impress them with your resume. These are people that you're going to be working with, maybe side by side. Give them a little bit of your personality. And that's what I do. You can do it differently if you like, but be ready because training classes, orientation classes, they're always going to ask you that. So be prepared for that. Now, when you start this orientation class, I recommend that you bring a pad of some sort and a pencil or pen, whatever you like to write with. I always have one similar to this, just like a little binder. You can do one like this. You can do one like this. This is really cool. I am a note taker, and I take a lot of notes. As you can see, I keep things. I've got all kinds of things on my desk here for making lists, taking notes, writing things down. That is just me. But be prepared. Have a couple of pens maybe, and a nice pad of paper. You're going to be taking notes. You're going to be taking notes about the things that you're learning, probably be tested on. But also, I like to take notes on people's names, their titles, kind of like little cheat sheets. So maybe later on, if you run into that person, you can be like, oh, okay, I know who he is. I know what he does. It's just helpful. Again, it's me, but I find it very helpful to take notes. So be sure you get there with your notepad. These next two tips, I'm gonna kind of bunch them together. Relax and smile. Relax is kind of hard to do if you're a high stress person, whether it be to talk to yourself, which I do a lot, pray, which I do a lot. Sometimes it's just to breathe, make sure you breathe, but try to stay relaxed. Remember, this is your first day, your first week, your first month here. They don't expect you to know what you're doing. That's, I think, one of the reasons why the first couple of days, although they're stressful, for me, it's also not that bad because I know they're not expecting a lot out of me. First couple of days are like watching videos about the company, filling out paperwork, and yada, yada, yada. So just relax. Just try to relax. But the other tip is to smile. And this is really important because you are meeting people you've never met before. You're starting something new, and you want people to see that you are friendly, especially when they take like the orientation group, the training class around to give them a tour of the building. Everybody who already works there, they're gonna look at you and they're gonna judge you. I know, because I've been that person. And if you're walking around with a frown on your face, they're gonna be thinking, well, what's wrong with her? smile, be friendly. When they give that orientation and they're walking you through all the people, you don't need to, give them the Queen's wave and, all that kind of thing. If somebody walks by you and they make eye contact with you, you can just give them a little nod or a little, not that with the shoulder. I don't know what that was. Give them a little smile, maybe say hi, but don't overdo it. You want to be friendly. You want people to think that you're approachable. And this is important through your whole training session, not just day one or week one. It's important to make people think that you are approachable and you are a nice person. Hopefully you are a nice person. Anyway, so smiling is really, really important. Now, it does say not to be shy. That's easier said than done. I'm a shy person. But what I have learned to do is push through that shyness, force myself to go out there, get out there, do things that a shy person wouldn't do. So, but try not to be too shy. I mean, everybody knows that you're going to be a little quiet because you don't know anybody. That's where the smiling helps. So remember that. Relax, smile, don't be shy. And I think that will make a really good first impression on the people that you are meeting in your training class. Now, next, it does tell you to meet and talk to as many people as possible. It also says that you should befriend at least one colleague. Now, I'm grouping these two suggestions together because in my experience in the training classes that I have been in, you're always having somebody sitting to the right of you, to the left of you, in front of you, behind you. I know right now with social distancing, they might be a distance from you, but nevertheless, you're going to be around other people in this training class. Get to know at least one of those people. I can tell you that of all of the jobs that I have had in the last, we'll say the last 20 years at least, I got to know and became good friends with those people who sat around me in my training class. In fact, when I worked at my last position at CVS, I met 3 ladies who I just absolutely loved, and we became really, really, really good friends. So be open, because the people that are sitting around you, the people that are in your class, are going to be those people that you're gonna kind of identify with as you go through your career at this company, especially at the beginning. Because, after your first week there, your first month there, or your first night there, day there, you're gonna be like, wow, how was your day? Oh, did it go well? Do you like your supervisor? Kind of like you did in high school, right? You find those people, you have something in common with them because they're new too. And so it's it's good to have somebody that you can bounce those questions off and kind of discuss how they handled a situation and how they're handling their first day. And I just think it's really, really good. So I definitely recommend that. Get to know the people in your orientation class, your training class, because they are going to be the people that you will more than likely become really good friends with as far as work friends go. And speaking of talking to people at work, I do want to suggest that you do not turn down any lunch offers or coffee offers. And what I mean by that is, you're in training class, the person that sits next to you that you've said hi to, how are you doing, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you guys get a break and she says, or he says to you, hey, you want to go share a coffee during break? Definitely do it. It's just, first of all, reaching out, showing that you are a part of the team. It's showing that you want to engage with other people. You are friendly. And again, it's a good way to talk about how you've been experiencing training class so far. If someone says, hey, listen, it's a lunch break, you want to go to lunch? Do it. Go to the break room, have lunch with them, even if, just sit there and talk. It's a great way to get to know your teammates or the people in your class. And it's also a great way to just get some of that stress off you, because they're just as nervous about their new job as you are. So why not, why not talk about it over a coffee or lunch? It's a great idea. Now, if your supervisor or your manager ever comes up to you and says, hey, would you like to go share a coffee with me? Absolutely do that. Absolutely. You don't want to turn that down. Free coffee from your supervisor? Yeah, take them up on that. Also, be sure and put your cell phone on silent and away. You do not want your cell phone interrupting your training class. And of course, later on, when you are actually on the job, you don't want that cell phone going off and drawing attention. That's a really good way to get in trouble. So make sure it's on silent. Make sure it's put away in your purse, in your drawer, in your jacket, wherever you keep it. It's one of the things I love about having a smartwatch, because you can get notifications, you can see if somebody's calling you, and you can look at it without disrupting the world, and you know if it's important or if it can wait. 9 times out of 10, it can wait, so when you go on break or you go to lunch, then you can grab your phone and check and see what your messages, your emails, your voicemails are. Just don't have it out and have it on silent, and just be really respectful for others, and hopefully they will be respectful for you as well. You want to be sure that you keep a good attitude about everything. Be yourself. Don't overdo it. Don't try to go in there day one and prove to them that you are going to be the top banana in this class. Kind of sit back, relax again. Like I said, relax. What I usually do is when I go into my training classes, especially the first day, pretty quiet. I'm pretty laid back. I observe, I watch, I listen, I take a lot of notes. I just want to be prepared. So I'm very laid back the first day. But I am myself. Now, if somebody asks me a question, of course, I'm going to go answer it, but I'm not going to be that person raising my hand every 5 minutes. I know the answer, or I have something to say about that. I'm going to let somebody else do that. That's just me. Be yourself, but don't overdo it. Watch your body language. Body language, I love to watch body language. I'm a people watcher. I could sit and watch people all day long. They just amaze me. But body language is really, really important. Now, something about me, for whatever reason, I like to put my hands on my hips. I don't know, it's just comfortable for me. But body language wise, it's really not good. Kind of makes you look like you're judging somebody, So I always have to force myself not to stand like that in most situations. And this is one of those situations where you don't really want to stand like that. You want to watch your body language. With me, what I do is I put my hands behind my back, just kind of link them behind my back. Makes you look like, okay, like you're listening. It's much better. And that way, if I don't know what to do with my hands, I have them behind my back. Makes me look like I'm being studious, I don't know. That's the way I feel when I look. Maybe I don't. Maybe I look really weird. But just be aware that body language is something that can really make or break a first impression. Now that you have relaxed, you got to work early, You are smiling, you went on break and had coffee with a coworker, and you've been studying those little lessons all day long in your training class, and day one is over. Be sure you leave with a good attitude. This is important for a couple of reasons. First of all, you don't want to just pick up your bag and run for the door. It's just something that's not gonna, I don't know, it's just not a good first impression. Get up from your desk, gather your things, turn off your computer, say goodbye, see you tomorrow to your neighbors that are to your left, your right, your front, whatever, whoever you've spoken with, or, if the trainer is coming that way, say bye, see you tomorrow, thanks a lot. Be very positive. Walk out positive. If somebody's walking out with you to the parking lot, chat with them a little bit. How did you feel about today? I'm looking forward to tomorrow. How about you? And get in your car. And then when you get in your car, if you want to curse, if you want to scream, pull your hair out, bang on the dashboard, you can go ahead and do that then. But for me, I just think leaving with a good attitude, it's going to help you come back the next day with a good attitude as well. So anyway, those are just some tips. I hope that they help you to make a good impression and start your new job on the right step. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it has helped you in some way or another. I'm going to continue to update you with how my first day went. The guy is here to mow my grass. So this is a good time for me to say goodbye because he's going to interrupt my peace and quiet. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you will watch again. I wish you a lot of luck in that job search. I will keep you updated, and if you have any questions, concerns, updates, if you want to tell me about a new job that you got, leave it down in the comment below. Also, one other thing real quick. I mentioned a couple of times in the video that I have generalized anxiety disorder. I know that there are a lot of people out there who suffer from anxiety. I am not a doctor, I am not a therapist, I am not a professional at all. However, if you would like for me to share with you some of my experiences and the way I've been handling my anxiety disorder, let me know in the comments down below and I'll put a video out with that and give you some information about my experiences. Anyway, I gotta go because he's coming up on my window and it's gonna get loud. Anyway, thanks for watching and I will talk to you guys later.